now then, where were we? Of course. A noble fest. Towards a noble goal. In the week since this festive run began, several contributors have rushed in and pledged to call my bluff and put me to work, applying the most potent and most time-consuming method combating bosses in Final Fantasy V to its final challenge. To that end, progress has been made. Festivity will intensify as time continues. Already in the time between one stream and the other, $255 have been pledged in the name of the QuickFest, confirming that the exhibition event is a go and will contain at least 2 full Quick Leagues. We will see how well that momentum endures over the course of the rest of this festive lap, which will continue any time now. At some point, we will leave the Quad Frog victory screen and resume moving forward with this lap of Fiesta. Having left off immediately after defeating Garula, rolling our water job of Ranger, meaning we'll be remaining with Quad Bloomin' until the Fire Crystal. After we leave the Quad Frog victory screen. Any minute now. Victory over Garula. Victory for the children. I'll reiterate usual gags, but hey, this crystal is just right here within arm's reach. You know, it's right there. Come along, don't be, etc. You know, as a frogman, you could probably just leap up there. Great swiftness and alacrity. Just seize it in our powerful maw. In pure chaos mode, one can receive mine as a job. Which would mean returning at the appropriate time, deep into the game to recover this when you're able to re-access this area. For now, we move on. So I suppose to reiterate in preamble while we shuffle through these cutscenes, something I could have initiated a while ago and more effectively overlapped with other uses of time had I not wanted to dwell on Quad Frog victory screen, but who wouldn't? For the remainder of the Fiesta season of this year of 2016, I will be tallying donations to the cause at Four Job Fiesta, benefiting Child's Play, which invoke the name of the QuickFest. For each 100 such dollars appropriately declared and raised, I will, in an exhibition event at the end of the Fiesta season, fight the final boss and destroy one section of it using the Quick Leak exploit. An unstoppable but extremely time-consuming strategy. This will be done live on camera, and presumably intermixed with other things that may be conducted over an extensive span of time. This, if completely filled and conducted to the fullest, estimated to take 12 hours. For the children. Given what a healthy start this has had, I have strong hopes that many fine charitable folk will step up and put me to task. In the event that the donation goal is overflowed significantly, I may have to find more targets. Quick, refreshing round at the inn in order to clear off frog status, and then we'll be ready to moving on. And hey look, a friend. Diplomacy succeeded after all. Garula meant no harm. Garula was as much a victim as any other. Garula, friend to all children. And to reiterate, having now brought my attention back to the current state of things, our jobs so far for this Fiesta run: for wind, Blue Mage; for water, Ranger, which is not actually a water job, but a fire job. So for now, Blue Mage. Ranger's another fine job, excellent source of physical damage, opens access to a variety of effective tools. Only now occurs to me that it could be beneficial to shove a bird icon over there for the right hand to clarify. So, to have one's support for the charity counted towards the QuickFest progress bar, donate at fourjobfiesta.com. Then tweet at the Four Job Fiesta handling robot at FF5 for futures, and tag that you have pledged for QuickFest. Second thought, let's not. We are relatively low level, as is normal when progressing smoothly forward with any team of wizards, or anyone who is just equipped with shenanigans by which to bypass raw damage walls, anything that normally acts as a level filter. And with Blue Mage, those shenanigans will hold up for quite a while. Essentially indefinitely. However, there are times when I will need to stop and raise numbers to appropriate levels, since Blue Mage Team can equip itself with math, which means it must briefly make itself vulnerable to math. Go ahead and procure our complimentary ice rod. Prices so low, they truly were a crime. That's it, how'd you smuggle gunpowder into prison? How do you travel with gunpowder on your person in the land of Karnak without losing a limb? All this stray fire. That's gotta be a workplace hazard. I think I'll meander around town a little bit before assaulting the fire ship. Continue to get a taste for the old fan translations, renditions of various lines. An ellipsis into a comma. That's some advanced... next level pause in dialogue, right there. Also, apparently, despite all the joking that occurs in many a fest about all the free-range fire wandering around, apparently it's supposed to be a side effect of the machine starting to go berserk. This is in fact not normal and seen as a bit of an inconvenience. The Queen has likely been hard at work suppressing any attempt to raise panic over all the spontaneous fire erupting through the streets. Always keep your elemental crystal operating within normal parameters. Do not exceed the specified recommendations for temperature, humidity, altitude, or depth. a great incidental plot detail that I enjoy about this leg. There's that wall there on the left of the castle. It's keeping you from moving on, and after you're done with the next dungeon, the wall has been destroyed by the explosion. That is there because all the scholars tried to warn them this would happen, so they built a wall to keep the nerds out. Sure thing, buddy. This room left intentionally blank. I may still need to farm some number of dog. Team has access to rod breaking, and there are times when I may prefer it. For now, I will be gentle. Oh wait, actually I do want to grab a lightning rod before going in there. Moderate dog slaying in progress, then. They're immune to wind. Great. These also have another blue magic in them. Which I believe I've already gotten, just by... Yep, that'll be it. These fellows know revenge. Now, trying to pick up revenge off of your enemies is a little irritating, because when enemies use revenge, it doesn't get announced with the proper attack name, it just is indistinguishable from a regular attack. This is fine. I need them desynced anyway. We have learned the mysteries. Need to slay another batch of dogs before we'd be able to grab the necessary rod. Still fine. I need them desynchronized for math. Desynchronous achieved. As if I'd planned it that way all along. Want one of you. Not even to snap, I just have an enemy to prod for further blue magic. Can also stand to grab a few more tent. Tent, maybe feathers. Feathers far too expensive. Tent it is then. Getting ready to spend about a week on this boat. Onward. And news arrives, another festive contribution to the effort. Charitable act, however slight, brings us closer to the infinite. For what? Ring. Well, glove, I think that's supposed to be. And not accessible to our wizards. One of them regular armor. The color palette is also a little deeper, darker in the SNES version. Something they would have lightened up to accommodate the GBA screen. There we go. Want one of you, so I can do this. Very good. Exploder. Die and deal your current health in damage. As far as uses for the player, it's extremely situational, to the point of not really being important, but sometimes you can do shenanigans with it. Robots are powerful stuff. Team is perhaps a little flimsy. We'll move with caution. A couple of arrows might actually go with a set of those. The important thing is to never leave one of them alone. Also just do that, confirm. We have the technology. So we are within a couple levels or an equipment change-up of being able to two-shot those. Reasonable, we do still want some supply of experience while here. While here, at a gentleman. Each team appreciates raw level. After a point, it stops being important, but it's always appreciated. Numbers are there to help. This team is also now equipped with with an appropriate vehicle to deliver the chicken knife. One of the better ones, actually. Though collecting cowardice is also an important number to add. Always tube cautiously. No matter how many tube you've braved in the past, we found a thief. Box of thief. Tubes can always catch you off guard. Still do not truly understand what occurs within tube. For example, some tubes contain additional donations to the festivities. A number which, at like a re-glance, that's actually closer to where the progress bar is visually. It's... yeah, that's about right. The bar had gotten overzealous, slid forward a bit much. The bar has high hopes for all of you. Work together to raise the bar. That's a nice hat. No two ways about it. A fine hat. Not stopping to buy current generation gear, also leaving the team a bit fragile. We should be able to work with it. Not that we can use this thing, but may as well. It has resale value. And who knows, one of the other jobs waiting for us behind the next corner could be the one that does. There is still much we simply don't know about employment. A stopped enemy would be faster to run from the player's perspective, since the engine isn't doing anything on their turns, so the battle timer is ticking forward faster. Running away is just a percentage chance of success per tick of time that you spend trying to run. With that rate determined by what it is you're fighting. So a lot of early encounters are quite easy to escape from, and certain other ones are only hypothetically able to be escaped from. Yeah, you have the best raw magic, so you should be the one wielding the special stick. Oh, I do have many of them, so I can just have others in the buffer waiting. A full barrage of Ice Rod. There's a touch that I never noticed when passing through this room in the GBA version. Possibly something that had to be dropped out of the there's that rumble. Sound of boat engine churning away. Behold, the flame. What will I do? Perhaps not. But I can certainly break you. Perfect. Man form. Just what is needed for a quick and easy liquid flame. Of course a giant animate pillar of fire has blood. Here, direct from the royalty, she is fine, and authorizes us to move forward with all due haste. The life of a blue mage is a grand adventure. Flavors in math. Our heroes, as always, a little slow on the draw. Load-bearing fire. As strange here as it was elsewhere. Also, interestingly, you automatically move at dash speed during this segment. Even in the original. Adds a nice touch. Fortunately, broad confusion is fairly harmless. Alright, ribbon down. Escape sequence is a little tense when you have a blue party. Because in addition to the usual prizes, there's 2 spells that you can collect during this run. Both are quite good. Please leave now, dogs. I have no quarrel with you. My only enemy is time. Yes, good. Also, very good. Thanks. Good people gigs. Arrow 2, one of our target blue magics to retrieve. Now I just have to survive. Task which may prove difficult. He is a powerful man. Vampire isn't doing it for momentum. You don't have a weapon equipped. Oh, you're out of mana. Perfect. Good. Ow, you're harmless. Revenge! How did it miss? Oh, it just can. We may be underleveled for this endeavor. I guess Midge. Perhaps no longer. Quickly binge all these items into us. This is fine. You're still on schedule. I have options. There, this is fine. Just live dangerously. Guardian, local name, for the left hand. Decently powerful knife which parries, and all-around friend of the TV. Everything is fine. All is well. We are on schedule. He's no ordinary sergeant. The legendary Iron Claw. Show me your move. Much obliged. Now perish. Once again, I thank you for the demonstration. It's deeply appreciated. Look, the fundamentals of the technique are understood. No further instruction will be called for. Much is learned. Two for three on jobs, which the old SNES fan translation differed in naming choices to the eventual official English names. And the point in time to see just which profession fills our third slot. Stand by while the robot makes its deliberation. The machine has spoken. Our fire job is ninja. Witness true physical damage. We will carry these new festive secrets forward after a brief intermission. Blue Mage, Ranger, and Ninja. I roll Freelancer. This run is over. In that good way, where I can like act as though I've preemptively declared Vic not some kind of I will stop. It will continue. Anyway, Fiesta. We have tamed the fire. Soon we must slay books. That should be adequate ammunition to slay books. How long do I want to coast on? Just using the gear I find laying around instead of stopping to grind cash. Go quite a while. Coasting. Some folks never dare to shop at all. I have that metal pad as well. That might be someone compatible. Nah, heavy helm. Now useless. The traditional shuffling of the inventory continues. Yeah, just make sure everybody gets... Oh, that's worse than Green Beret. Everyone has a fresh hat. That's what matters. Hats for everyone. Glasses are preferable to shoes. We are now appropriately equipped to go collect math. Stay at the inn, though. Numbers are down. Numbers must recover. There's also the open mystery of whether or not we're equipped to also collect dampness from the desert. And breath. Another powerful technique. Dare I disrespect the desert? G'day, D. We are not yet ready to face the desert. This we've learned. Someday we shall return. But first, math. Something terribly important about this book. Ancient half a book. So, Biblos dates back to the, Dawn Warriors. The Dad Adventures. I don't have a staff user, but... yeah, at this point I don't have users of any of the loot tycoons, so that can still wait. The hunt for math begins. Hello. Dispense your knowledge. I am ready to receive your wisdom. Math be praised. Entering danger zone. That's very close to equilibrium. Yeah, we're good. This is sustainable. Just keep eating this book spider. Math is a powerful foe. This may require trickery. Well, not really. It might take some reviving of people, or some pre-damaging of the enemy. Let's just put in a quick observation here. Alright, that was a mistake. Now we have to find new math. There's a whole library full of it. You carefully extract the proper formulae. There you are. Good day, sir. The knowledge. Play it on me. That'll do. You're also filled with knowledge. And there it is. Battle is now beyond my control. Anticipating this is exactly why I threw down the blind. I just have to hope there isn't another more dangerous page after this one. Using 3/4 of your party as math receivers, math absorbing antennae. A little risky. This is still fun. Everything is within tolerance. The only new blue in the library are Math, Moon, and Hammer. If we had control, we could get off guard here. We lack control. Powerful book. Okay, we have to attempt some adjustments here. Just run a couple of laps. Only I could confuse you folks. These would hand me transfuse. Not that transfuse is any good, but they're checked off the list. That's good, though. That preserves the math. Ferris was the one most out of sync, so he was pretty math safe anyway. However, now the party is even more math safe. Math compatible. Should save the results of that math. I will need levels eventually regardless. I have to conquer the desert. Get a good 300 health for that. Come on, buddy, you know why we're here. Make with the division. Don't do this to me, Paige. Don't try to make me wait. Good on you. Purpose served. The book concludes. We are armed with math. Level 5 death, and to a lesser extent, a lesser but similarly shenanigans extent, the other level N spells. One of the most powerful sources of shenanigans in the Blue Mage arsenal. Should defeat at least one of these, just to get everybody over the math lump. Now that we've crossed the line, you can render something targetable by math. You can apply effects to it, while bypassing some of their usual resistances. Powerful stuff. I still have my third ice rod. Every page in this book is number 64. Who wrote this index? Good. 1 ice, 2 fire. No problems. Okay, one problem. I wonder. Worth a shot. Good decision. This is why we read, folks. Knowledge. Power. One and the same. Actually, this dungeon is not long enough that I would really need to scooch out of it. I could just push on to the save point. That's right, Shelf. Or want some comfortable stealth. I'll put in the effort to harvest Moon Flute as well, but after we have the save point to operate out of. Ninja passively grants improved chance of preemptive strike. You'll see a lot of those. Alright, there's our chance to rest. Actually, you know what? If it's a different book every time you fight this. Might be our candidate. Yes, different books. Just need to see if it'll give me the right book. Right, you need a weapon bag. Goblin Punch should not be attempted with actual fists. Speaking of, let's get you re-equipped. There, this time will be different. Anger away! We've attained the power of the moon. Also, Ninja is the other class that gets an auto-escape ability, so we can now just kind of ignore dungeons, for the most part. Anytime you encounter a thing you don't like, just push your escape button. Just say no to that encounter. Okay, our chance to strike book. I would like to provoke at least one hammer out of him. Alright, I don't have to worry about wearing him out too soon, unless I go for maximum shenanigans. Let's just stay with moderate shenanigans for now. Did not know he absorbs air. Yeah, a couple of those and he's gone. And while he has Drain, I have worse Drain. Terrible Drain. Okay, Bibbs, you have to not miss when you swing at me with the hammer. Can you do that for me? You have to connect. We can't learn anything unless you really do the hammer. Lay it on me. That's not the it, which was sought to be laid. To be clear, it was. That's a different it. There. That was it. And that's all I ask. Next time, Biblos. He's a powerful book. In response, we must escalate. Just confirming that we still have the power of the moon flood. Biblos, come on. What is this? Biblos. Why you gotta be this way? Just does not have a chapter on Guff. I really thought he wasn't supposed to start doing that until much deeper into his health. Suppose not. I don't have any Maiden Kiss on hand. Well, you're just stuck that way for now, Paris. Next time, Biblos, or wait, I'm alive. I've been slowed. Come on, Bibs, give me the hammer. Good man. Man book demon. Fine and hearty tome. Right about fire rods. For precisely this reason... Well, it's not damage supply, that's the problem. If I decide to destroy him, I can just rush him down and he'll be done with. Have those. Just more importantly than applying that fire damage, I want that hammer. I have uses for that hammer. Maybe if I don't blind him. Damn courteous of you, Biblos. Won't take any time at all. And frogs break rods. I am out of rods and cannot check. Rods can break confusion. Good frog. Book solved. Magic Hammer cuts a target's MP in half. I have uses for that hammer. Oh no, you don't, folks. You get back in there and you take a hearty sip of that brew. Though it is still not yet time to conquer the desert. Ideally, that is something we should do before confronting the sandworm. Suppose I could put in some effort to try and gain level between now and then. Just organically be at the appropriate point to... numbers. If we harness the power of blue magics, we could put an end to numbers. Math is supposed to save time, not prolong it. Yeah, we need more than 300 health to survive a boot to the head from the Chimera. Or maybe just a better set of armor. At this juncture, a couple points of defense could do it. We just grab somebody like an armlet. Yeah, give him a claw. Deathclaw paralyzes the target and sets their HP to single digits. Much as it did when it was thrown at us. Against things that are not immune to it, it's effectively an instant kill, just one you need to follow up on. And perhaps be a little wary of, since if you set it up but then don't follow up on it right away, your target could have moves they only pull when in dire peril. Or Elf Cape. The Optimizer thinks you are worse than shoes. Your eternal shame. Give a glove, give the hat, give the shell. I mean, I can throw knives and long swords at things, but that's not particularly effective. I'll find better throwing fodder. Drink, get rid of that. Fair martial arts robe. And my old shields. And these hats. Hell, those old hats. Needs old hats. Nobody. And I can start stocking these. Gonna need more of those. Well, not quite need. It'll be nice to have them. I mean, really, out of all the sorts of wizard, time is the only one that spends a while really demanding the use of the, of rod snapping as a source of offense during the early worlds. Time takes a while to get a direct damage source. Everybody else can just start bludgeoning things over the head faster with their own natural talent. Suppose I could buy swords. Sword, singular. One of you gets a sword. One of you gets a decent sword, the others get stuck with hand-me-downs. This economy, you're lucky to have soup. Just science. Harder. Bonus. As before, the old fan translation, the script is functional. Just a little dry. Guess we'll go benchmark the desert. And it occurs to me immediately afterwards. That's a task that will go faster if I take the boat. I so rarely use this boat as a boat to go places that completely vanishes from my awareness, that this is indeed a vehicle that you have full use of to go where you please. Right up until you smash it into Crescent Isle. For the rudeness of children, wounds are healed and lives will be saved. So easy to overlook that this boat is a boat. Weird but true. This game has like a full 3 sets of encounter tables for the ocean of each world. The player will very easily go almost all of their runs and never see them. Which is a shame, because some of them are very useful. Good things to grind, good things to catch, good things to learn from. just hiding in the sea. Anyway, let's taunt the desert. Fight me, sand. Just barely. Are you immune to Deathclaw? Results inconclusive. Check the algorithm guide. Pull up the old festive almanac. Damn, heavy flag. Very well, we'll be back later. Getting some folks to job level will also be convenient. Blue is a fine equipable to pass on. Getting our ninja equipped with blue would effectively create a strong candidate for one of the characters that I'd use for a large portion of the run. Until I can produce a ninja with rapid fire. Go full festive. Anyway, this island here, may as well. Having remembered that this boat is a fully functional boat, may as well nudge a couple of things I usually ignore over the course of a run. A couple of these islands here have encounters on them. This island is full of fire. Fire is fond of wind. Noted. These folks are a good candidate for World 1 grinding, and they also know a move that I would like my black mages to observe. Blue mages, rather. There it is! Dark Shock. One of the debuffs that cuts your effective level for the duration of a fight. For purposes including math. The list of things which I can level 5 death has just greatly expanded. It is good. And one of these other islands, I'm actually not sure what, maybe this one? Let's see. Yes, this island has baby Omegas on it. Actually, what level is a prototype? I have systems in place for this. Have to dive into the enemy list. Despite being encounterable this early, prototype is quite a ways down. Under normal circumstances, this is a relatively deep World 3 enemy. However, there's just a little batch of them, just a flock of prototype wandering around on this island. Level halving always rounds down. You truncate. It is simple, low-bit processor math. This printout somehow lacks the prototype. I will have words with that enemy list. It will itself become a member of the list. Back ahead, you are not who I'm looking for. At this point, it would have been easier to just type, I have the algorithm guide open already. But physical media! Ugh, physical media has failed. Into the guide. Prototype has nowhere else to be. It's been on the beach for thousands of years, just enjoying the sun. Your base level is 23. Having sparked you once, you're now level 11. If I spark you a second time, yes, you are math. Excellent. And now we have missile. Another fine blue magic spell. It's percentage damage and confuse. Large percentage damage as well. These things drop dark matter, that's why they're notable. If you have a way to easily nullify them, such as Math or a Beastmaster. With a Beastmaster, you can mind control them and trick them into self-destructing. This is a way to farm dark matter, very early in the game. So if you have chemistry, this is the place to be. Just appreciating this animation. The scene doesn't progress until you walk towards the door. But you're free to just wander around town. How free? No, cannot enter buildings. People have separate dialogue for during this earthquake. Interesting. Small child, are you okay? Good. Once you have assured your own life is not in danger, proceed to aid the children during any disaster. Old man, still rude. Canonical. Yeah, I don't have anything I could really throw away right now. I will be back after like 2 fights. Probably a couple more, since we are also on the verge of becoming desert compatible. With our improved defenses. The Aqua Breath was doing high 200s. So we're on the verge of being desert safe. Quite, indeed. And we can now receive the ranger we were promised back at the water crystal. Rather, the archer. The power of nature. However, let's immediately land, despite gaining the newfound freedom of that aircraft. I have things to fight. I have a team to render Fest legal. Welcome aboard. We'll work on you. Do I really not have any? I suppose they equip clothing, or maybe they only do medium armor and not clothing level. I have to go grab a silver plate. Mythful weather. The whatever flavors for sailing Partake flavor. I'm also now better equipped to fight dogs. Dogs will bring us wealth. Over it is then. Let's have more ninja gear, which I might actually be able to go buy right now, regardless. For now, you're a stopgap. Wear it with pride. I think the Black Flames are also notable for being profitable to throw a scroll at to kill. Maybe the point on the run where I should start stalking scrolls. Alright, let's invest. Load ourselves down the... or wait. Five dogs. Gift divisible by 5. Profit. Our operation will be financed shortly. Feel that lag. 5 target level 5 doom. Savor it. And I am carrying a good 16 charges of it between the mana of my 2 blue magi. More if I would equip blue. Onto my ranger. Man, I'm not even carrying spare knives. Our operation will be financed shortly. Stand by while we consume the souls of many hounds. Should be enough for phase 1. Comfortable number of scrolls. Before leaving World 1, this party may take advantage of the discount ethers. Team that will benefit from them. Stealth gear is expensive. That is actually a step down from either of our current ninja weapons. Unless I feel the need to place the guardian knife on somebody else. Which I don't think I will for some time. Not until I find another boomerang to say. This was a mistake. Throw that back into the pit. Get some water scroll. We'll take advantage of all these discounts in the future. There lies Stella. We'll be back here for more ninja-related gear, so other character developing cutscenes can be fired at that time. Bunch of backstory there for Quick that I usually skip. Not necessary, just character building. Little bits and pieces of vignettes. Phase 2, Rods and Bows. For 5 hounds, I get a bow and change. 5 hound packs. Houndlets. Roughly pack and a quarter is a rod. And we have picked up another ninja active ability here, Image. Puts 2 layers of blink on a character, allowing them to automatically dodge 2 physical attacks. The next 2 physical attacks that would have hit them. With appropriate micromanagement, that tool enables immense shenanigans. Between that and a blue mage, I can declare victory over Shinryu. Alright, so how's the bow pay for it? Might be nice to have a full set of element bows, but for now the thunder one will suffice. Ooh, refreshing wrath of level 5 death. Also give us a bit more of the raw health that I would like in order to fight the Chimera. Oh, speaking of... what level is that Chimera? Also 23. Well then. Let's push the timetable forward a bit. To learn a blue spell in 5, it must strike a character who has learning, and then you must win the fight. Whether or not that character who was hit survives when you win, not necessary. They can learn when they wake up. Rods can wait. Guard robes can also wait. It is time to conquer the deserts. Just checking all the old map geometry. There are times when all the points of interest on the map are actually pretty conveniently aligned with each other. This isn't really one of them. I quit. Yeah, this team should be ready to confront the desert. White me sand. Nothing is immune to math. Animals is relatively useful. It's RNG driven, so it's a bit inconsistent as a support ability. But there are certain windows at certain levels where it usually does something beneficial. You know, Aqua Breath, the franchise's signature water attack, and one of the, long-standing recurring blue mage spells. Oddly enough, as far as the mechanics are concerned in this one, Aqua Breath is not water elemental. It just has a separate, scripted damage boost against desert creatures. It is a specialized anti-sand weapon. And where do you think you're going, folks? Back in there. Claim your brew. There is a proper water element in this game, and attacks that use it. Like our water scrolls, and tsunami, and summoning Leviathan. It is absorbed by coral rings. It is just not inflicted by Aqua Breath. The mysteries of the dance. Yes, this mistaken advice about Sandworm is present in all versions of the script. It is at no point in the sequence a mistranslation, it's a writing flub. A miscommunication on the part of the writers versus the designers. Hi, worm. What a festive sound he makes. There. That's quite unambiguously the most useful thing that animals will do at any level that's reasonable. Nightingale is a decently powerful, for the early game, multi-target heal. And up until level 20 becomes more likely. Like, the way Animals works, it rolls a random number from 1 to your current level, and does that to select a move? And the results from, like, 10 to 20 are Nightingale. It's good. Oh, there it is. Right. Aqua Birth. Ugh. Anyway, the Sleeper's awakened. Again, it is the legend. For he is the Kwisatz Haderach. Wheels within wheels, and plans within plans. I will kill him, it is Canley. Etc., etc., etc. We have conquered the desert. Farewell, Sandbear. I mean you no harm. Peace, brother. If you have a thief and a dragoon, there's a powerful spear that you can steal from Sandbear, and only steal from Sandbear. Sandbear is a mighty sportsman, versed in the ways of the javelin. A true Renaissance bear. Be well. Bees. Bees become reasonably powerful at certain levels against low defense targets. There are not disappointing results, often. Most non-Nightingale things that you get out of animals are not good. There's a couple of percent damages in there. There's a source of blind as well. And if you're willing to go to level 60 and beyond, there is like a full heal remedy, ultimate animal companion, but nobody goes to level 60. Horrible enough just to get to level 40. Oh, Desert conquered. Stand by, I am remaining up to date on the old blue magic list. Yeah, nothing new until we hit the sky. All's well. Profit. Not bad. Scrolls are quite powerful, so most things you could fight with scrolls are very cost-effective. Especially when you're getting them at, you know, friend of your dad discount. The dad hunt. If you suppose the player took the time to go out and explore the world, as they probably would if they don't already know where to go, after receiving newfound freedoms via Wingbird, you would have character developing scenes like that conversation over Quick's mother's grave. It serves as a nice setup to this. In as much as this game has character moments and a plot, that at least traces a line of events. There's a slow build up to this, if you go around and grab all those character scenes. Like visiting Licks, or returning to Tycoon. Although I guess Tycoon also confirms this revelation, so... Can all those be strung together into some semblance of a canonical order? We create a non-contradictory series of FF5 side story vignettes. Are the laws of time and space already shattered? Fulfilled your solemn oath. Conduct elementary bird care. A pact between acquaintances. Hearing this version of this track again, one, quite nice, like a lot of the soundtrack for this and the other FFs. Fine composers at work. And this, alongside thoughts of some other Square soundtracks, puts in mind the thought that perhaps somebody on the team fan of Pink Floyd. Not that outlandish an assertion. This isn't some kind of, I think I found the secret. Strange, scandalous assertion. Hey, music travels. Especially influential music. Bringing it to mind is the bass line here. This rhythm that's underlying this track. The title of the song in the Falls. There's a track from The Wall that sort of contains this same beat for a brief section. It's just part of a transition from one phase of the song to the other. Like that pulse. That on its own would not be much of a hit, but when you then combine that with the court theme in Chrono Trigger, that contains like motifs from The Trial. Also from The Wall. If you went skimming through these soundtracks, you could probably find further prog rock influences lurking about. I am not too widely versed in Prague myself, so I would not be anything even half resembling an expert on the subject. I would need to broaden my palette. Appropriate audio equivalent of the palette. Absorb more Prague. Or find someone already versed in Prague and get them to absorb more JRPGs. Anyway, we have an airship now. Large Carl. The Craiglaw. Almost surprised that didn't already do him in. What level are you, Cray? "43, Shock you once and you're 21. Shock you twice and you're 10. Nothing is safe from math. There are a decent number of levels that cannot be put into math death with only Darkspark. At least not levels which are, you know, within the valid span of all levels. No level can be higher than 255. If you could use all of integers everywhere, then eventually you would find some number of Darksparks that could bring you down. Or rather, even then, nah, it's... like, if you draw out the pattern of levels that fit, it forms kind of cones. The missing ingredient here is a way to boost levels. If you can add to level and also half level, then you can math whatever you'd like. Although if you can add to level, you can also just add until they hit the cap, and then 255. There you go. Death. I don't think you can spark something to level 0. The minimum is 1. There's no such thing as a level 0 creature. I suppose the other, also, difference in perspective. The wider field of view makes the world feel smaller and farther away than it does when you're flying around with the airship and the GBA. Like, with the GBA camera, only, like, the middle band of this screen would be visible. Anyway, there was another level N spell that greatly widens the field of math. There's level 2 old. So, any even-leveled creature, or creature that can be sparked into an even level, and then, with appropriately precise timing, be olded down to whatever level you'd like. Anyway, let's snag some side quest things. We are alright. Suppose I intended to talk to more people. I'll nudge all those folks on the way out. I could settle the subject of level 0 with a quick experiment. Just go find something low level and target to the borderline. Just a common squirrel. What a weird phrase. Ah, the joke. Are there variations on this scene depending on which flags you put? They may have accounted for that. I just so rarely pay attention to this scene, or vary up the order in which I hit it, but I haven't seen all the versions. Right, it's mostly people excited to see the princess. Gaia Man here is a bell. That's the diamond bell. One of many names that I suppose the fans just chose to transliterate. Not sure what else they'd refer to it as. The staff is not in the box. You get the staff by talking to the Chancellor. It's just handed to you directly. Yeah, there it is. Cure staff. None of these will be pawned until we know what the fourth job is. Since it could be anything. Alright, let's at least wake. All that's between us and raiding the floating continent is bosses. A boss, singular, just adamantoids. Those clips get more elaborate each. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go conduct that quick experiment. And this will be a decent point to call a session. Claim the crystal. Open the floating city. And any, like, grinding and farming and accumulating of money that I'd like to do in World 1 should be done before I'm done with the city. That I can have the whole party present. Maintain vague coherence. I need to set up another math spell. There's more math to collect in the floating city. I don't actually want the limited loot that's in this cave. I am here to fight a thing. Common squirrels. The subject of our experiment. These squirrels are exactly level 1. There is no such thing as level 0. There is a floor on effective level, at 1. Cannot fall below it. It shouldn't be capable of underflow either, since there's no level-reducing effect that moves at that rate. There's all the level-halving debuffs, of which Darkspark and Discord, and maybe another one, and then there's Old, which is a steady tick down, one by one. There's no burst level reducer. Anyway, squirrel science. And festive progress. For the children. Fest well.